disguised, the lover seeks and draws our souls. That is what I am there for here. It is he, that lover, he has taken the name of Satyavan. He named himself for me and grew Satyavan. He has taken the name, he named himself. Yeah. He named himself for me. And grew Satyavan. Yeah. Yeah. See, until now she was talking of love, lover, beloved and all that. She is now making it definite in the physical form as a figure. He has called himself the flute player. He is entrancing my soul, my child. And it is he who has drawn me here. He grew for me as Satyavan. Now, he named himself for me. He is going to name himself differently for each one of us. For Savitri, he named himself as Satyavan. It is one love which is in multiple forms. For each one, so each Savitri has her own Satyavan. But I don't know what happens to each Satyavan. Does he have his own Savitri? He named himself for me, grew Satyavan. For we are man and woman. Now she is justifying this statement of her. He named himself for me, grew Satyavan. It is really very powerful line. Very powerful. Very simple line. He named himself for me, grew Satyavan. Grew Satyavan. Now she says, grew. Their earthly relationship has been through the ages and ages and ages maturing up, becoming richer and richer, becoming more and more divine. Therefore grew. Satyavan is lying there in the inconscient void. Savitri has taken the birth to redeem him from that position. That is the first relationship with which they started. But then it has grown. Now to this level of richness that he can now knock off what had gripped him in his hold, death. That is what is grew. He has been in the grip of death, Satyavan. Now he is kind of maturing up to be free of that grip from the clutch of death. Through the evolutionary centuries, millennia, eons, whatever you want to call it, he has been growing. Now, of course, we have not been told or we are not perceptive enough to see how Satyavan grows. I can understand Savitri growing, Savitri making progress. But the biography of Satyavan has been kept away from us. How he grows himself. Is it not so? So I think we should have a book, The Lives of Satyavan. The Lives of Satyavan. For we are, now she is making another tremendous statement here in the same continuation. For we are man and woman from the first, the twin souls born from one undying fire. From one undying fire. The twin souls. Now this we are man and woman from the first. Metaphysically, of course, we'll say Purusha and Prakriti, Ishvara, Ishwari, all those kind of things we say. But she is talking of man and woman. When you say Purusha and Prakriti or Ishvara and Ishwari, the element of evolutionary growth is absent. When you say man and woman, that element of evolutionary growth is predominant. It is that which stands out more distinctly. And because it is man and woman, in the process of evolution, therefore this is growth. For we are man and woman from the first. So, if you read the first line of the second section of Savitri, December dawn, and Savitri too awoke among these tribes. Man lifted up the burden of his fate. Man lifted up the burden of his fate. And Savitri too awoke among these tribes. So, the entire beginning of Savitri, the biography of Savitri, begins with this moment, with the arrival of man, the Manomaya Purusha, the mental being. This man stands for the mental being. So, when really did Savitri begin her work started with the arrival of the mental being in the process of evolution. Man lifted up the burden of his fate, and Savitri too awoke. Awoke means she came. That first is that thing. When the evolution had come to this stage of mental being, from that point onward, the era of Savitri begins. For we are man and woman from the first, the twin souls born from one undying fire. Again. So as if it is one single Agni which has thrown out two sparks, Savitri and Satyavan. One spark is standing there firmly, one spark has gone into the grip of death. Satyavan. The twin souls born from one undying fire. Now there are Number of places. O Satyavan, O luminous Savitri, I sent you forth of old beneath these stars, a dual power of God in an ignorant world. 155.2. It is the Supreme Himself is telling to Savitri, it is I who has sent you to this world. As a dual power of God in an ignorant world, in a hushed creation shut from limitless self, bringing down God to the insentient glow, lifting earth being to immortality. It is for this purpose I sent you. Savitri is in the transcendental world, in the everlasting day. She is seeing face to face the Supreme Himself, Death, who has transformed himself now into the Supreme. He is telling to Savitri, descend to earth. Oh, Descendre. Sorry, Descendre. Descend to what do you say? Descendre. Dans you say dans la vie. No. Dans la vie. Dans la vie. Sanamapa. Yeah. Yeah, that is all right. Cur is okay. Yeah, but this he says to life. Yeah, well, but your suggestion is better. See, Allah me descend.
Go. In French, you can say
Yeah, that's right. Well, that is possible. That is better. That is possible. That is better. Yeah, but not dans la vie. And he is telling to Savitri, O Satyavan, O luminous Savitri, I sent you forth of old beneath the stars in the darkness. A dual power of God. So that is what Satyavan and Savitri are. So Savitri is already telling this thing to Yama, to death. She knows it, and therefore this man is telling something to Savitri which is superfluous. She knows it already. She is telling it to Yama himself. And now here the Supreme is telling to Savitri, I sent you forth as a dual power. She has that knowledge already with her while talking to death. Yama. Now, everything is very clear. In an ignorant world, in a hushed creation, shut to limitless self, bringing down, for what purpose I sent you for? To bring down God. Bring down God, lift earth being to immortality. So, the purpose of Savitri is both to bring down those things, to lift up from here. Ascending and descending aspects of the creation are both present in the work of Savitri. Lifting earth beings to immortality, bringing down God. Bringing down God, divine manifestation. That is possible only when earth beings are lifted to immortality. So immortality is the first thing. Then only the God can come down, you see. You have, I will just give you 74.9. 74.9. In God's supreme, withdrawn and timeless hush, a seeing self and potent energy met. See, this is a metaphysical argument. Seeing self and potent energy. Seeing self, Satyavan. Potent energy, Savitri. The silence knew itself and thought took form, self-made. From the dual power creation rose. how they came here. A dual power at beings' occult poles still acted, nameless and invisible. Same thing again at the occult poles, at the top and the bottom. 131.20. The dual power of God and the invisible world is what we are seeing just now. Now here it is absolutely clear. The incarnate dual power shall open God's door. 155.30. The incarnate dual power shall open. So both of them are avatars, Savitri and Satyavan. The incarnate dual power shall open God's door. Eternal supermind touch earthly time. Of course, it shall open God's door. Huh? It has happened. Already have. So that shall is not there now. He is making an old statement. Yeah, you have to rewrite it, you see. The incarnate dual power have opened God's door. Have opened God. I took a hammer in my hand and smashed at the gate, and the gate split into pieces, you see. Shall open God's door. Eternal supermind shall touch. Eternal supermind has touched earthly time. So this is already accomplished. This is already accomplished between 1950 and 56. Between 1950 and 1950, it is already accomplished. Then, of course, the Superman shall wake, etc., etc., that will happen. God light and God force, okay, one day I shall bring, so that is going to happen now. Dual nature covered the unique. Same thing again. 141.41. Now, this is something important. Meanwhile, you too shall serve the dual law. You, of course, Satyavan and Savitri. He is telling her and all that. You too shall serve the dual law, which only now the scouts of vision glimpse, who pressing through the forest night, have found the narrow bridges to the God. Now, what is the dual law? He is still already. He will come down, he will lift up. God will come down and earth being will be lifted up too. And he says, meanwhile, while all these things are happening, you have to keep on serving this dual law of bringing down the higher power, lifting up the lower to the higher. Twin souls. So that is the story of twin souls. For we are man and woman from the first. She is telling it to death. Later on, she will listen all these things from transformed death.
Yeah.
Yeah.